So welcome guys, we wanted to record a quick case study for you guys. So somebody bought a truck, day cab. This is one of our customers, bought a truck for dump work, right? He bought it for dump work, right?
It's a 94.
So one of our customers came in and we're working on his truck. He just bought it. He just literally picked it up and brought it here, and we wanted to record this video as a good case study. So do you want to talk about the engine and what the issue is here?
Yeah, it's a Cat 3176. The issue is he's having trouble starting up the truck and also keeping the truck running too. It's dying out on him. Fuel pressure, we checked the fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is at 35 pounds. So first things first, we checked the fuel pump, the primer pump, and it's as you're priming it, it's pushing fuel out of it, which it shouldn't be doing at all. Then we checked the regulator. The spring was worn out and the regulator itself was worn out. We found some bad fuel lines, the delivery ones. They were rubbing, so could have been a possibility of sucking air from there. So it came down to the fuel pump. It's only pushing out 35 pounds of fuel pressure when it should be at like 60, 80 at the most. Mm-hmm. Even at high RPMs, it's not even going past 40 at all. Yeah. So right now we're having a big issue with finding the parts for this manifold right here. Got superseded to a different part number, and the guys Cat, where is it? You called a couple places, right?
I called a couple places. Nobody, they can pull up the part, but they can't pull up anything that should come with it. Yeah, and it doesn't. So what the problem is, this is a night. Did you say the year? That's 95?
94, yeah.
94. And it's a truck that he wanted to do start his own operation, obviously. Yeah. Become an owner operator. And the reason we decided to do this video is to this is the reason why we do a lot of our video. And I think we should mention that would we recommend for somebody to buy that truck when he came, if he came here and asked us, hey, is this something that I should buy? Could you guys look over, right? What would you say to that? Because what happens is now he's starting to see not only bills to go up, and his repair bills go up.
Availability on parts.
Downtime. Now we have to look into transmission. There's issues with some other stuff. Yeah. Right, and that's all of a sudden a truck that he bought for probably not a lot of money, but still turns into a headache because now we have to address all the issues. So what the video, the reason I wanted to do the case study is because how would we go about it? What should have been done different here? Take your, like, what's your angle on this? Because
from what he told me, the cylinder head was replaced a few months ago.
But would you recommend that truck to somebody if they were gonna buy it? And in all fairness, this is about our opinion of starter truck for dump work, right? This is a day cab.
Honestly, I would, because this is the first time that I've had an issue with Caterpillar to find parts. This is a 3176. It's not like the C12. It's the same setup like the C10 and C12. Mm-hmm. But as far as the fuel pump, the fuel transfer pump on the C10, C12s are up over here in the front cover. This one's on the back. It's the first time I've had an issue finding parts, honestly.
Okay. So why is it so hard to find?
I believe because of the whole 3176. It's not like a really common engine.
Yeah. That's why
it might be a Cat.
That's my question.
Yeah, Cat.
If it was a different engine, yes, because like I mentioned before, an N14 setup would be amazing with this. I mean, amazing. It would be a good setup, but just particularly for that engine, what would you recommend it? Because I know Cats are good engines. Yeah. It's more about.
For this particular engine serial number, it's just really hard to get a hold of parts.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, if it was a C10 or C12, I never seen really.
Yeah. So let's say I'm in the market for a truck like that. I would have to I would personally research the engine and look at, okay, what's the most common engine in those years.
Engine serial numbers in those years, yeah.
Serial numbers, or I mean, mid 90s, it was Detroit's and Cummins N14s.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna look at cat, then make sure it's 3406.
3406, you'd be looking at a 3406.
And then look at the parts availability. Is it, because none of the places that I called
had anything.
Nothing. No. So
even the manifold and the fuel pump, we had to wait a couple days to get a hold of that.
Yeah. So that's my whole reason about.
And he does have blow by, and he did mention he has a lot of blow by, and it's right now it's low on oil. Yeah. It's consuming oil. So
whether you buy that truck for $1,000 or 5 or 10 doesn't really matter at this point, because now he's gonna have to put so much money to make it at least enough somewhat dependable and reliable, so he can do whatever he's setting up to do, right? So,
and it's going to take a while for him to break even with,
And we hate seeing that when somebody brings a truck and we have to now then kind of lay out all the issues or the things that are starting to become obstacles, because we know he wants to jump in and start making money, but at the same time it's like, okay, this is the reality, like this is what are you going to look at? We're going to do a cost breakdown for him and have him
run the numbers, see if it's going to
work out for him. Is it actually viable to keep it or sell it and maybe buy something else that would be cheaper? And
he did mention he might bring something else for a pre-purchase inspection. So
yeah, so that's on the table. But at the same time, not a common setup, I would say, and definitely some obstacles to jump over, and it might be pricey for him. Even though we're trying to cost cut for him and make it as efficient as possible, I'm afraid that bill is also going to be, with everything else kind of
definitely
starting new.
To be honest with you, it's the first time I ever seen one of these.
Yeah.
I thought it was a C12 when I looked at it. But then I looked at the engine serial number and I was looking for the fuel pump over here, and no, it's way in the back.
Yeah. So do research and research, right?
Yeah.
As far as engines, because this setup with the Detroit or N14 would be, for dump work, definitely a lot better option. And we've seen a lot of those. I mean, how many of dump guys we have as customers that pretty much similar setup, except they have Detroits.
Detroits.
So awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, share, and we'll talk to you soon.